Hey, how's it going, everyone? Justin again, as always. Thanks for watching my channel. Welcome back. I know what you're thinking. How many times do I have to watch this asshole wear this flat brim fucking cap? It makes no goddamn sense. That motherfucker's whiter than white. That motherfucker is Casper as shit. You know what? Fine. You win. Alrighty? Look, it even suits me. It even is made for me. It says Justin on the motherfucking hat. Woo! Here we go. Hand doggy. Today we're going to be talking about some goddamn Tractor Supply Store tools. We're going to look at the tools that the Tractor Supply Store has. We're going to see what kind of hot deals that Tractor Supply has. And we might even see a few other things that we didn't know that Tractor Supply had. So let that being said, let's give it on and get going. Woo! Alright, so first thing up that we see here is going to be a mechanic set. I wasn't too impressed with it. Here's a breaker bar, 1/2 inch. Look, it had some nice heavy knurling. Not too bad in price either. You know, I don't know what it come in at, $37. They also had another one that didn't have exactly heavy knurling for, it was a smoother handle, but there was, you know, $37 is not bad. Individual sockets, I think it was made by like Job Smart or something like that. What is this? There, yeah, some heavy knurl extensions, $20. They had some 3/8 ones. They weren't bad. I love the knurl. I really do. 1/4 inch. I'm telling you, if I ever needed extensions, I'm coming back to Tractor Supply. I'm going to pick some up because they looked good quality. They had a nice heavy knurl. Here's a, if you wanted a nut driver, get this one. It's also an extension, so that's nice. Mechanic set, like I said, nothing too fancy. It was just missing all kinds of stuff. Every single set they had here was missing something. Whether it was deeps, shallows, lacking metric. This 3/4 inch SAE set was pretty nice though. Screwdrivers, I think you can find a better deal elsewhere, but for $21, hey, at least they gave you the stubbies. Here's some other ones here made by Crescent that didn't look too bad of quality. And then there's some Job Smart ones. Here's another Job Smart kit. This thing had a whole bunch. Precision, stubbies, I mean, you name it, they had it incorporated in this set. So that was actually pretty nice. Air compressors, my God, they had Ingersoll-Rand air compressors that were bigger than big, man. These things were almost as tall, if not taller than I was. Made in USA, had a nice PSI rating. Had the adapter if you wanted to build it into the wall, or if you were a shop owner, or if you wanted just to run air hose from it, you could. Nice though, really nice. Alright, looking at some of their welding stuff. So I know my buddy Jay Young, he's a huge fan of the Hobart welding supply stuff. There was tons of Hobart here, man. Between magnetics, the 45, the 90s, the sleeves, the jackets, the welders. We're going to look at some of the welders here in a minute. Here's an Oxy Acetylene Torch setup, not with the tanks, just the setup. Little hood hats that you could put underneath your welding hood, wire brushes, hammers, I mean, you name it, they had it here on the shelf. So, good stuff. Welding gloves, don't know much about their welding gloves. Jay Young, please comment. Okay, going on to the flux core. The wire was okay, it was moderately priced. Here's their welders. So here's some of the welders that I saw that they had. Some on display, some you had to special order. I think the 140 is going to come pretty close to what it is that I picked up from Harbor Freight, but Jay Young said it's a much better quality, much better weld, so that's good. Job Smart also has some other little MIG welders that you could pick up for less the cost. I'd probably go with the Hobart though. I mean, a little bit more expensive, but better than that home brand Lincoln that we saw. Here's some hoods for sale. Wasn't too impressed. They did sell a bunch of Crescent slip joint, tongue and groove, locking pliers, regular pliers. Job Smart had a majority of their pliers was on the shelf. They looked okay. Some snips. Down here you got the cheap of the cheap, plus some another clamping pliers or vice grips, if you will. They had some other welding ones down here. They had chisels. So they do sell Mayhew, if you didn't know that. They have Mayhew products. So those of you that are Mayhew fans, you might check out Tractor Supply, because they do have Mayhew on the shelf, which is kind of nice. Save yourself the cost. Don't pay tool truck prices for Mayhew products. Pick them up over at Tractor Supply. What else we got going on here? So there were some hammers. I saw their hammers. Their hammers looked okay. Again, Job Smart. Job Smart was pretty big here at the Tractor Supply, but they looked heavy duty. They felt nice in the hand. Some ball peen hammers. You're gonna need them at some point. You just want metal to metal contact. C-clamps are C-clamps. Thought they were a little bit overpriced for what they were. They might be in the exact ballpark. I'm not sure. You guys will have to let me know. Vices. So they did have some bench vices made by Lauren. I don't know anything good or bad about these. So if somebody else does, please feel free to share that, because I'm sure somebody's looking for a good vice. Gear wrench. They did have gear wrench. And gear wrench is always a hot commodity in my tool book. You know what I'm saying? They are good quality stuff. They hold up. They last. I've only recently started having problems with mine. Crescent, now they had this, what is this? I forget what this thing's called. Spud, crescent wrench, spud, adjustable wrench. They also had some spud ratchets, which I thought were kind of ingenious at the same time. So this thing had the spud end, but it also had a hammer. It was like a multi-purpose tool. A little bit ingenious, kind of weird looking. Don't know if I could trust it. Made by Job Smart, but hey. Yeah, it's a multi-purpose tool, man. You can beat something like a hammer with it. You can use it as a 1/2 inch, 3/8 or 3/8 and 1/4 inch, plus a spud wrench. Maybe a lady slipper, you want to line something up. This thing was pretty cool looking, to be honest. Yes, they did have some nuts and bolts there. They did have grade 8. They did have a lesser grades. They did have all different types of fasteners, plus a measuring device if you weren't sure exactly what size you needed. So that was nice to see. They also had wheels, so those of you that want to make your own service cart, improve your current service cart, or just simply find better tires in general, because let's face it, some machines break down, the tires are usually the first to go. They have a nice assortment of tires here. Some of them had hard rubber, some of them had soft rubber, some of them were made for off-road purposes. So if you're rolling through dirt all the time, you might consider going down to Tractor Supply, picking you up some off-road tires to attach to whatever it is that you want to attach to, and basically make your own, custom cart, if that's the case, but lots to choose from. These shop lights work great, man. I've had a set, they were Harbor Freight, but these Job Smart ones look just almost identical. They work well. When you need extra light, you got it. Alright, taking a look down this aisle. If you're a Jeep enthusiast, man, they had light bars and LED lights for days. I was just impressed looking at some of this stuff. I was like, man, if I had a Jeep right now, and I would have known that they sold these lights, I would have gone down to Tractor Supply and I would have picked them up from here. I think I picked up some Bajas from like O'Reilly's like 5 years back, because they were the only company that I thought actually sold them. Or I'd have to order them online. But looking at some of these LED light options they have here at Tractor Supply, I could see why someone would want to go that route. Over here we got winches. So I don't know much about their winches, except for the fact the prices seem fairly reasonable. They did have some heavier duty ones made by Traveler. I think that's what they're calling them. But I was like, man, you know what? I didn't even know they sold these. So it was kind of cool to see that. But, King of the Hammers just for the road. Why not? Why wouldn't they sell something like this? So it's nice to see you could pick up a winch down at Tractor Supply if you're at KOH and yours breaks down. There's also some snatch blocks, some other D-rings. They had some recovery straps, things of that nature. Over here, if your trailer's standing winch or whatever breaks down, you can pick up another one. If you needed one with a wheel on it, they offered that. I welded mine to the side. I think I picked mine up from Harbor Freight and just tack welded the crap out of it, and it works. Here's those jacks, so if you got to change a tire on the fly, you're off-roading, whatever, they have all these jacks for sale down here. I don't know if this is a fair price or not. I've never purchased one before, but my off-road guys can let me know. They also had some side-by-side ramps, which I thought was pretty cool, and ones for ATVs. Here's one to mount your floor plate if you really wanted to, or your foot plate. And then other little adapters and things like that. Toolboxes. So if you have a truck, you're a contractor, roofer, or general framer, they had some pretty nice truck toolboxes. Some in chrome, some in black. Some that took up a lot of truck space, some that took up hardly any, some that just slipped in the back, some that were a little thinner design. Look, I've had a truck toolbox before. If you're a roofer or you're an independent contractor, It's nice to know that you can lock your shit up while you're on a roof or while you're on a job. You don't have to always monitor your tools and shit in the back of your truck. It's nice to know they have it. They also had some kind of job box. It's called a job site. Reminds me of the job box ones they have over at Home Depot. So that was pretty nice. And then if those are my diesel guys, you want extra fuel, they do sell them with the fuel tank built in there so you can put gas or diesel in it as well. Here's some white ones in case you wanted to color scheme your truck. They also had floor jacks and trans jacks and gas tank jacks. Some made by, what is this, Jack Boss. Another one made by Big Red. Big Red seemed pretty nice, 4-ton. That's pretty good price, to be honest. They also had some chairs. I was looking at the chairs. Here's an aluminum 2.5-ton. I think it's pretty fair price, $160. Little chair, way fair price, $28 for alignments. Another little one, depending on how you want to cushion your tuition. Some trailers. So trailers do come in handy. I found one that I ended up working on a job site for, but these coming around the $500 or $600 mark. 2-inch ball, pretty nice. There's a 5x8, so 5 foot by 8 foot. That's a pretty nice little trailer to have, especially if you want to take those to a dump, put your ATVs or your dirt bikes on there. Here's some with some wood platforms. These ones came at a little bit higher cost, also 2-inch ball, but you're looking at about $1,000 for those. You could probably throw your own wood planks on it for cheaper than that. Here's a bigger one, $1,100. And they're pretty much all the same until we get down to the very end. And to give you an overall idea, this one was pretty cool. You could put your winch, generator, whatever inside that caged area, plus your ATVs or side-by-sides in the back of here. I'm not sure, I don't remember the dimensions of this. Let's see if I can see it here. 5.5 foot by, oh, I missed it. But at any rate, nice incorporated lights, made by Tractor Supply Company. Good deal. Alright, man, so overall, look, Tractor Supply Company has a lot of good stuff to offer. We saw Mayhew, we saw Crescent, their trailers looked pretty legit. They had some truck boxes for the back of your truck if you're a contractor. They had Hobart welders, which Jay Young seems to like and says they're good quality. Overall, I would consider Tractor Supply Company worth the while in taking an extra little trip to go and see if they have anything that's right for you. Especially when it comes to my off-road guys and wanting some LED lights or a winch. That's all I got for this video. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. We'll see you next time. Deuces.